I'll hit record and then I will share my screen. Everyone see that? Yes? All right, so this is just kind of what's going on in August as we slowly wind down July here. Morning Meltdown Challenge packs are still on sale. Obviously, you have promo codes if you haven't used them all yet. They expired today, tonight, the ones that you got through July 31st. In August, if you achieve Success Club 5, you get the Jericho bobblehead. I have them all in my office. So, of course, I need that one. The next Success Club awards, so the January, I posted them, I think, in TLC this morning. There's the Monopoly board game, the backpack. Next up is a hoodie, and then it is the roll-on luggage. So yeah, if you hit Success Club January through July, they'll be doing the next 6-month reward. There is $10 off of Beachbody Recover this month, which is amazing if you're a Recover fan like me. And then they're doing the super trainer groups a little different from Morning Meltdown. I'm sure you guys have noticed they're 2-week groups instead of like 100 Days with Jericho. She's basically teaching you how to market yourself as a coach with Morning Meltdown, how to be the best coach for Morning Meltdown. And then 10% off all refresh kits and the apparel from Morning Meltdown 100 launches on August 26th. Oops, I am recording. Okay, so since you guys are on, I'm just gonna tell you guys and not anyone else. What do you think about that? I heard that you're going to get 3 more promo codes for August. Okay, so that's per active account. So if like you and your spouse work the business together, you'll get 3, he'll get 3, or you work with your sister, your mom, your boyfriend, your dog, don't sign up your dog. You'll each get 3 promo codes again for August. Really exciting. I don't know about you guys, but that was like a huge thing. People were like, I want a promo code. So I don't know about you guys. When I get a promo code about like a deal, like there's a summer sale, I'm in. And the thing is yes, we know the promo codes are going to go from August 1st to the 31st, right? Like we know that as coaches, but the people that you are chatting with have 0 clue. So, you can use it as marketing. It could be like $10 off for the next 10 days. It could be $10 off for 48 hours. Like you can make your own sale. You can make your own rules with it. But who was talking, I think it was Miguel on the national call. Like I thought that was so smart how he was talking about like other coaches are out there talking about this, promoting this. So if you're not sharing this with your customers, like you're missing out. Like they're gonna end up ordering from someone else if they don't hear about it from you. Okay, Anita, you want to talk about the August calendar? It's not quite done yet. Don't screenshot that. The real one will be in the group tomorrow.
It looks good. It looks awesome. Yeah, tonight after our call, I challenge all of you guys to send out 5 invites to our BizOp event tomorrow. This is our second time using these slides, so we've got I feel like we've got a good hold on things, and then we've got a newer coach coming on to share her story. Leslie and I are going to share our story, and it's just like the perfect nap time or lunch break biz op. So we're going to keep it in the event page from last time, but what's great is we're going to be able to go live right from that event page, so if people miss the call, they can just watch it from there instead of going, hey, the call wasn't recorded. Oops, my bad. That was me last week. So, but yeah, other than that, it's going to be a really good month. And those promo codes, amazing. Like lately I've been trying to keep it really simple with how I've been using them, but basically I just shoot a message. It's just like, hey, I see you. I see you're watching my Instagram stories. I noticed you. I've got this promo code for $10 off with Morning Meltdown 100. Are you ready to do this with me or what? I have had such a huge response from just saying something that simple and like basically calling them out like, hey, you keep watching me, here's $10 off, let's do this. So many amazing conversations are coming, so I really do expect everybody on this team to have a huge month in August with those promo codes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we actually have 2 BizOp events on the calendar this month, with the thought of like that just helps you. I know I'm better at inviting. We're going to talk more about that tonight when we have a live event to invite to, but we're also going to give you the tools to be able to invite all the time, be talking to people all the time. In fact, Anita and I were chatting about this last week. We said, if you're out there inviting to, a business opportunity event or a webinar on Thursday, but the event isn't until next Tuesday, sometimes that's so far away, like someone's interest has died off, or, I always feel like strike when the iron's hot. Like someone actually messaged me today about coaching, and so I responded back to her. I already sent her a first video to watch, asked her a couple of questions. Like, to me, I want to talk to them when they're interested. I'm not going to make them wait to get on a webinar or something. So yes, they're great for building momentum and creating excitement and hype to get the team together to do stuff like this. But we want you guys to always feel confident out there inviting with the tools that we have. And we also have a Go Emerald webinar towards the end of this month. So if you have coaches coming in, going through the training, getting started with you, they can hop on the Go Emerald webinar and work on becoming an Emerald in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, everyone will be excited about this. Anita and I discussed some details for a leadership retreat. So if you were thinking that you want to do this, you're going to need to build a team anyway. So right now we have set a couple parameters, and we might tweak it a tiny bit, but achieve any of the following: go diamond, and then hit Success Club August through December. Advance a new diamond plus your own Success Club August through December, or enroll 12 new coaches plus Success Club August through December. No brainer. And we are going to the Bahamas. I mean, so who doesn't want a winter getaway? We do.
Do we know what month we're going? January, correct?
I think it'll be end of January. Yeah. Yep. We are in talks with the owner of this lovely house on the ocean in the Bahamas. So, all right. Okay, so we have the basics of inviting for your Beachbody business tonight. And you guys, this isn't like super complicated. I think for most of us, it's just getting over the fear of asking someone, or just deciding that like, I'm going to do this. And I know that was it for me. I think the only thing that held me back was like the fear, worry, rejection. But I was joking with one of my coaches last week. I said, no one has actually ever died from inviting. It's actually, you cannot die. You will survive. And so we even said that we'd love, and they're on the event schedule in TLC, some more live power hours so we can get on and invite together, because I feel like sometimes inviting together just seems less scary to do it when everyone else is like they're doing it with you. So let's go to our next slide here. So who to invite? I feel like this is super basic, right? But your current customers. I can't tell you how many coaches don't invite their current customers. And whether they have been a coach for like 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, your current customers already love Beachbody. They're already beginning to have some results. And honestly, I've done it a couple of times where like I didn't mention coaching off the bat. And I had customers who were like, well, I want to sign up because this is like a 100-day program and I might as well get a discount. Yeah, so definitely make sure that you're asking your current customers. Your current customers are great people to invite to business opportunity webinars. Let them hear some stories. Maybe it's even you going live, sharing your coaching story within your challenge group. People are inspired by that. But if you don't talk about it, they will never know about it, right? Yes, health and fitness is our business, but so is helping other people start their own health and fitness business. So if you don't talk about that you have a team, you like to help bring on new coaches and mentor them to have success and get started doing what you do, you will never have a team. You have to talk about it. Okay, so one of the first places I started was a warmer market, right? Your friends, family members, people that you know through church, through school, through your neighborhood that already know you, like you, trust you, hopefully. And so because you already typically have relationships and like, you know, good vibes with those people in your life, they're typically easier to ask, like, hey, Anita, would you want to do this with me and hold each other accountable? Okay, she did tell me no for a year, but she eventually said yes. So it's one of those things where inviting to your warm market is super important. And we'll get to this in a bit, but you can't prejudge anyone, right? I don't think I would have ever asked me back when I started if I wanted to be a coach, but now this is my full-time job. So Anita, do you want to take cold market and inviting on social media?
This is my favorite to talk about. I'm such a network marketing or attraction marketing freak of nature. I love it so much. I think it's so much fun. Maybe it's because I'm a social butterfly, but I love meeting new people. So for me, cold market is eventually going to be your warm market, right? Because you're doing all the right things by posting on your social media every day. You're consistently showing up, using your workouts, sharing your Shakeology, sharing, you being proof that the products work. And so over time, also sharing about your life, your cold market, so people you're adding to your Instagram, people that you're building your social media following with. And that's a whole other training that we'll probably have to dive into another time. But if you're following the business activity tracker or the Success Club system, you are building your Instagram following. It's built into that daily to-do list. So your cold market, you are building a relationship with them by posting frequently through your stories, through your feed. So ideally, this cold market's going to become warm. Anybody that I enroll as a coach or a customer, they eventually became warm to me because they had been following me and they had been, I guess you could say, building trust with me on the side without even having to do a lot of work one-on-one. So with cold market, I do still invite one-on-one. And this takes forever. Inviting one-on-one with cold market takes a very long time. You're going to shoot off 50 messages and maybe get 1 or 2 back. That's sort of how the numbers work. However, if you do a call to action, you're going to take your funnel of all these people and you're going to dwindle it down to the interesting people. So calls to action are so helpful. And if you want to see an example of a call to action to the business opportunity, I posted one for you guys on my Instagram today. So you can go see that. I will be honest, I do live with a professional photographer. So I am very lucky that I get to have pictures like the one you see when you go to my Instagram, fit_happy_mom. However, I haven't always had professional perfect photos. I haven't always used that as my call to action. I used to have a call to action of me holding Warren in the kitchen with food all over my shirt. And it was just like looking for real mom influencers. So you do not have to do anything fancy. And please feel free to take my verbiage and use it as your own. It's not rocket science. Nobody put their stamp on it and said, these are my words. They're universal words about the coaching opportunity, right? So please feel free to use those. And this post that I did, the call to action, the key really is so that I can just dwindle that cold market down to like really interested people. And then you'll want to go ahead and share that post into your stories as well. And in your stories, maybe even post the same thing, the same post, but maybe put a poll and say, do you want details? Yes or yes, right? So you would send details to the people that clicked on your poll. So cold market's so fun. To me, it's like, I don't know, like casting a net or going out there and like fishing, or it's like the lottery. Like, how many people am I going to reach today? And it's a numbers game with cold market, because you don't know who's going to be the highest quality or who's really going to be interested until you put those calls to action out. But you also don't want to walk away completely from inviting those, your cold market, because a lot of people aren't going to see your call to action. So still, I would make a goal of maybe 20 people that you're going to invite to tomorrow's Biz Op. And right there, I write 1 through 20 down a piece of paper. I am 7 years in, you guys. I still use pen and paper. I'm a hot mess, but I load these all into Streak at the end of the night. So after I hop off here, I load everything into Streak. But I still invite 1 through 20 down my page. And that's the number I can handle and manage. I can get those invites out and then be able to focus on my call to action, the people that showed interest in my call to action. So with that call to action, when people say, hey, I'm interested, I'd love to join in and learn more, then I would simply just introduce myself. Hey, okay, great. I'm Anita. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I have this great fun business. And so tomorrow we're going to be doing a lunch and learn, basically. And here's the link so you can join the event. And then we'll talk afterwards to see what kind of questions you have. Do you have questions now? So that's kind of what I say. I don't spend a ton of time talking to them because I'm trying to get as many people as I can on the call for tomorrow. And then I do a lot of the conversations after the call. So as you can see on this post that I did, this is for you advanced Instagrammers, okay? There's 41 right now comments, and it just says drop your, actually there's 42 now. It says drop a, emoji if you're interested. I did pay money to boost this post. This is, again, you do not have to do this. This is a pro tip. If you are a star diamond or diamond coach and you understand a little bit about promoting, I basically spent $40 and it's going to run for the next 24 hours. And I very simply, I let Instagram pick the market, pick the audience, and then I applied the budget and I just sent them to my Instagram profile. Did you see my door open? That was Roger. He's basically a human. He just like opened the door and came in. But yeah, I boosted that and I got a really great response from this. I boosted it 6 hours ago and there's 41 comments. So, but again, don't feel like you have to have professional photos. I've been at this for 7 years and social media is just my thing. It's like my art. But go ahead and give that a shot. Maybe you're not ready to invest money, but still post a call to action. And then maybe next time you could apply $5 and just kind of test the waters and see how it goes. So any questions about that? Is there anything else, Leslie, that you want me to touch on?
I think we got it all. I mean, I think the biggest thing is like, how did you start as a coach? Like, that's the biggest thing. I think most of us were invited by someone. And so if you want to grow your team, you're going to have to get out there and invite too. And I was like, just looking at this photo I put on this slide and I was like, yup, I met Rachel online. Yup, met Laurel online. And like, here we are on a diamond retreat together. Like, I didn't know them before this, right? Like, I'm not like meeting strange men online. I'm meeting other moms and women who are into health and fitness. So it's totally not scary.
So did Laurel and Rachel reach out to you from a call to action, or was it a private invite?
Laurel was a private invite. Rachel was from a call to action on my like page.
See, it's so 50-50. You can't not do, you got to do both if you
And
want.
yeah, Laurel told me no for like a year. Rachel signed up that day. You don't know. You don't know, right? If you don't ask, you don't know. Okay. So who should be a coach? And we'll dive into this a little bit more. But I think the biggest thing that happens is coaches, we tend to prejudge. Have you ever done it? Like you're looking through Instagram and you're like, oh, she'd be a great coach, but she's already a personal trainer. Oh, she'd be a great coach, but she already has a full-time job. Oh, she'd be an amazing coach, but she's already a blogger, right? Or whatever we tell ourselves about why they would be amazing, but then why we're not going to ask them. I don't know. Does anyone else do that? Like you look and you're like, oh, I'm going to ask her. She's got a huge following, whatever. We all have like our own little insecurities that creep up on us, and we decide for whatever reason not to ask someone. And then I'll tell you this just because it's happened to me before, but like 3 months later, I happen across their profile again. Now they're a coach, and now I'm pissed because someone else asked them because I was too chicken shit to do it. So don't do that. But really, anyone can be a coach, whether they're looking at this as like a lifestyle change, they're in it for the long haul, they want more accountability and community, or it's someone looking for a home-based business. I was looking for lifestyle change first. Home-based business just sounded good after I fell in love with it. Anita went for both at the same time. And, you know, you guys probably have your own story with that. But don't prejudge who should be a coach. Anyone can be a coach. So I thought we would jump into this a little bit, just looking for reasons that they may show you or tell you through conversation, or maybe by looking at their profile, that they would be interested in coaching. And so I always look for people that have amazing potential. Maybe they're already on their health and wellness journey, they're going to the gym, they've joined Weight Watchers, or I can tell that they already love helping people just by sharing in their posts. I tell them that. I'll reach out and say, oh my gosh, I love your latest post. You're so inspiring, right? I just pay them a compliment. I'm letting them know I see their potential. And same thing, if I'm in a chat with someone on Facebook or Instagram or through email, I'm always looking for them to tell me some sort of need, like something that's not currently being met by their current situation. Like they're completely frazzled because they're working 60 hours a week and they're never home. And oh my gosh, I wish I could be at the pool with my girls all day. Or, you know, I'll hear, I wish I had that kind of accountability. I really don't at the gym I go to. Or, oh my gosh, that last trip you were on looked amazing. How did you get to go on that? So I'm always looking for little things like that. I mean, not someone that's maybe already into health and fitness and going to the gym maybe doesn't necessarily need the at-home workout and Shakeology. Like, of course, it can fit into what they're already doing, right? Workouts for when they can't make it to the gym. Shakeology just is part of their nutrition, or Energize before the gym. But for some people, it's the accountability. It's the community. It's the business they could build from home. Maybe it's the trips that they could earn for their family that would fill their need. So I'm always looking for little like clues and giveaways like that when I'm talking to people. I'm looking for what they're telling me or what I'm seeing on their feed. And then I typically either leave them a comment or send them a message about it. Okay, so the invite, it's like so simple. I plant the seed, right? Like we've already established, like made a connection, right? Whether they're warm market, cold market, I just plant the seed. Have you ever considered doing what I do? I got this from Janelle Summers like 7 years ago, full disclosure. That's what she used to just message people. Janelle is uber fit, right? So people are probably like, I don't know, I want to do what you do. What do you do? So I added on to that. I don't have a six pack. So I was like, you already have such great, you pick it, right? Such great style, such motivation, amazing influence with your followers, like whatever it is, you would make an amazing coach. Could I send you some more information to learn about my team? Super simple, right? I'm just asking permission. And I've had people say, like, yeah, I've always been curious about what you do. Or, like, no, babe, thanks. I'm good. I'm doing whatever, right? I'm going to the gym. I'm not into that. But you've asked, you planted the seed. You just never know what's going to happen after that. Do you do anything different here, Anita?
So in my career as a coach, I've gone through phases where I've been very heavy on inviting to the opportunity flat out cold. And there's phases where I really just focus on inviting to the challenge group and then inviting to the opportunity after they've become a boot camper. So it really does have to come down to what you're comfortable with. And you need to test the waters for sure. I personally am more of a invite to the challenge group and then present them with the coaching opportunity. But you just never know who's going to be ready. And if the coaching opportunity is what attracts them to the fitness side of things, right? Like it could either or can attract them. So I love that. Have you ever considered doing what I do? I love it because people are like, yeah, I watch you all the time.
Yeah, I think it works really well if you have a couple of people that have been following you for a while, or warmer market, or a current customer. Like, okay, have you ever considered doing this too? Or doing it with me? Really simple though. Really simple. Don't overthink it. Like, save these in the notes on your phone and go. Okay, so here's what to send. And these are videos. They're not obviously hyperlinked. You guys have all of these, but if you have questions about where they are or whatever, let us know. But this is what I send. Like, once someone tells me they're interested, we've kind of gone back and forth. I love to use third-party tools to give them information about the business. Instead of me just word vomiting, which is what I did when I was like a new baby coach, I was like, let me tell you all about coaching for the next 4 hours, like pull up a chair. No one has time for that. So the Get a Glimpse into the World of Beachbody is a really short video, you guys. It's like 90 seconds. For someone that's like, yeah, I've heard of P90X or 21 Day Fix, or maybe they're not totally sure what it is. It's a great video to send. It kind of shows them a little bit more about who we are, what we do. But it's not a super deep dive. So if they're interested, but they need a little more information and the Biz Up is next week, I'd send that. If someone's really familiar with Beachbody, Carl's new open house video from Super Weekend this past weekend was really good. It's about 12 minutes. And it's definitely a little bit deeper dive into Beachbody, what we do, who we are, programs, videos of coaches, transformations. Like, there's just more in there. But for someone that's like, oh yeah, I've done Insanity, I wouldn't hesitate to send a video like that because it's just going to be a little bit deeper dive. So then typically I say, I can't wait to hear what you think. And then of course I follow up within about 24 hours. Have you had a second to watch the video yet? I'm curious to hear what you think, or if you have any questions. Typically the questions go something like, well, but like, how does all of this work? Like, how is this a business? So then I send the everything you need to know about becoming a Team Beachbody Coach video. Again, it's on our TLC Vimeo. You can go grab the link. Again, it's like 10 or 11 minutes. So easy. Like, I can send these via DM and people are watching them. And this typically answers like the nitty gritty of running challenge groups, how we earn, how we get paid, how we work as a team. So all of that, again, this is typically the video that most people are like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, I get what this is. And then typically one of two things happen. They're really interested and want to sign up, or they're like going to be ready, next month, Friday, when they get paid, whatever. So I always tell coaches to keep three lists, three lists when it comes to coaching. A hot list, people who are like ready right now. Like a warm list, they're ready, but maybe in the next 2 weeks to a month. And then a seed planted list. You've mentioned coaching to them. They've told you to bug off, but like you're still here. So I keep those three lists because I've had plenty of those seeds I planted come back. But another thing is just you kind of have to keep touching them, right? Like keep showing up, somehow keep sharing. So maybe, you record your own story, your video, and maybe it's on Instagram TV, maybe you went live on Facebook, on your like page or in a group. You can share that with them. Just come back like, hey, I thought of you after I recorded today's video, sharing a bit more about my coaching journey. Thought you might want to check it out, and just follow back up to see what they thought, especially if you think you have similar stories. This keeps it really simple, right? It's just like send the video, follow back up. You don't have to do all of the explaining of like how the compensation works, how to run a challenge group. Like you don't need to be the expert. So guess what happens? I've been in this business 8 years. Could I explain it all? Absolutely. My coach that started yesterday, does she want to do that? No. Can she do this? Yes. Right? So this makes it very duplicatable for you, your team. Anyone can send out these videos and feel comfortable, like watch them for sure, but like feel comfortable talking about the business. Okay. So this I feel like I just missed a slide. Did I not?
You did.
Did I delete it? Like, what happened? Go back. Okay, maybe I didn't. All right, well, this one will I guess. I didn't miss it, I guess.
There it is.
Can you see it now? Okay. So basically, this just says once you've given them all the info, you have to keep following up. And I heard this analogy a long, long time ago, and I really, really loved it. But that once you've planted a seed, you have to water it, but you have to go plant an entire field, right? Of potential coaches. Go plant those seeds and keep watering them, keep like showing them like love and light. And guess what? Some will begin to sprout. But if you literally just have like one potential coaching seed and you just keep watering it, and they will black you. That's what will happen. They will die, black you. So it's one of those things where definitely just get out there and go invite, like just plant an entire field of seeds and just keep touching these people. And I gave examples here, but you can continue to invite them to things. Like I mentioned, I keep that, I have it here on my desk somewhere, a hot list, a warm list, a seed planted list. So when we sit down and we're going to do an opportunity webinar or event, I have a list of people like on my desk, plus in Streak, that I can go invite to something like this. And I can just say like, hey, like I'm hosting a webinar or a Biz Up, or my team is hosting something this week, or we have a group, or I'm going live, whatever it is, and invite them again. And again, it's just like the infomercial, right? You probably didn't say yes the first time you heard about, Insanity or P90X. I remember Beachbody telling us that their studies showed that people typically had to watch the P90X or Insanity infomercial 11 times before they would purchase, right? 11 times. I know when I got the business opportunity webinar, I asked my coach for it. I watched it like 3 times before I was like, I watched it once and then I watched it again and like took notes. And then the third time I watched it, I went and like stalked the people that were in the video. So it's one of those things, like constant exposure typically helps seal the deal. And maybe it's hearing my story or Anita's story or your story or another coach on the team story and how this business has impacted them. They identify with something, you know, from their story. And then it's like, oh, well, I could do that. So I think it's really important to like continue to invite and follow up. Did I miss anything, Anita?
No, actually, I was trying to bring up an example. When I sat down to invite today, I actually started to kind of look and see how many times on average I had invited a few of these people. And I was cracking up because there was a couple that I just scrolled and scrolled and never answered me. And there's like 50 messages that I've been inviting them for 4 years. I'm relentless, okay? I'm not telling you that you have to be that way, but really, realistically, do not expect a yes or an answer in your first reach out. When you're inviting, you've got to look at it as, like Leslie said, planting the seeds, or like, you know, doing kind of like marketing for your business. You're not going to get people right away. The magic is when the people from before start popping in and saying yes as you're planting the seeds for the new people. And you've got to keep that cycle going. So when I sit down to invite, I don't expect an answer and I don't expect a yes. All I do is I just say, you know, my thing, and then I write them down, and then I just consider them a number. I don't put emotion into it. I don't get all butthurt if they don't answer me. I put them in. They're a number. I'll get back to them later.
Yeah.
We start applying a lot of emotion, and then we start taking things, you know, getting offended. That's when we start to get upset, and then we stop inviting because it becomes this angry thing. I like to have a glass of red wine and I'll just sit and shoot off 50 messages. That's just me. But that's fun to me. And it's like a game. How many people can I touch today? Granted, maybe one might get back to me, but if you do that, if you do consistently, you do it long enough, people are going to start getting back to you and it'll be worth it. You'll see.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know if you guys use Streak or not, but if you use Streak, it will show you how many times someone has viewed an email. It's like the most amazing thing ever for your business. So I put people into Streak as I email them, and I always ask for their goals, and then we go through everything, right? And I'll go to do follow-ups, and I can always tell who's super interested because I'll look at that email and I'll be like, viewed 5 times. In like the past 24 hours, like viewed 7 times, viewed 13 times, like meaning they went back and read it. They reopened it. They thought about it. And I'm like, here I am. Like, I'm back. Did you have questions? Like, let's chat. And it's the same thing for coaching. It doesn't necessarily have to be in Streak, but every time you message them, touch them, reach out to them, comment on something of theirs, it's like, there's that Anita girl again. And then they like go like, check out your profile, what she recently posted. Oh, she's doing an opportunity webinar tomorrow. Maybe I want to watch that. So it's one of those things that consistently keeping in contact is huge, because also the algorithm favors the people that you're connecting with, the ones that are messaging, watching your stories. So if you're connecting with them, inviting them, even if they're ghosting you, and your next post, the next time you go live on Instagram, your chances are at the top of their feed. All right. Are there any other questions? I think that was our last slide.
I think there's one more. Yep, there it is.
Yep, have a glass of wine and invite. Yeah.
Conversations are awesome after a glass of wine. People like me a lot more.
Yeah, and I mean,
take the emotion out of it.
Yeah, 100%. Because like, there are just people on Instagram or Facebook right? Like we don't know them any more than they know us. Yeah, I recorded it.
A lot of people think you're a robot at first. Like, they'll think a lot of people will ignore me straight up. Will see my message 50 times, straight up ignore me. And then I'll be like, hello, I see you watching my feed. I'm a real person. And then they're like, oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I just never know who, who's trying to just sell me something. And I'm like, well, I'm not giving up on you. So I'm just going to keep messaging you.
Yep, I've totally had that too. People are like, I didn't think it was like a real person that was responding to me. And I'm like, yeah. But like, what do you think is on my stories all day? Someone not me? Like
or they think you're mass recruiting and mass sending out those messages and then they're just a number, which you kind of are, but
if you responded, you're a lucky one. You're
yeah.
the lucky one. All right. Well, if there are no other questions at 8:42, we will let you guys go enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully you have a great end to your July. But I'm excited for August. Whole new month. Everyone starts back at zero.
Get a glass of wine or juice or tea and go invite 20 people for tomorrow. Right now. It'll take you 10 minutes. It'll be worth it. All right, guys.
Energize. Yes, go do it. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good night.